Welcome everyone, DXD here with my mid lane Orianna guide. Orianna brings a lot of utility and power to the table, therefore she is valued so much by the professional teams. She is also one of the most popular mid laners in solo queue. When laning, try and harass your opponent with your auto attacks, Q and W. Your auto attacks will deal more damage early game than most of the other mid laners due to your passive, so take advantage of it. As you can see, I use my ignite to push Fizz back to his turret and deny him farm and experience. You should always try and poke and use the ignite as soon as possible against melee champions to push them back and deny them farm and experience. This is a very good strategy if you know that they will play very defensively. Just push them, get them low, and make sure to deny them farm as much as possible. I recommend starting off with a flask or a Doran's ring if the lane opponent isn't a threat early game. On your first back you should be able to pick up a chalice and if possible sorcerer's boots if you have been farming well. After that, start working towards the Fiend's Holy Grail. You should be able to pick it up at around 12-minute mark. The reason I recommend the Fiend's Holy Grail is because it gives you 20% cooldown reduction, which is amazing on Orianna. You can spam your abilities even more. It gives you mana regen, and the passive of the item is that you will get your 15% of your total mana back on a kill or assist, which is amazing. In the mid game, I try to rush Liandry's Torment for the extra damage when I'm spamming my abilities, the 2% of the target's maximum health. It also gives me health and some ability power, and after I pick up that, I like to roam bot lane to snowball my ADC, and that's probably the best strategy to use with Orianna when playing Orianna mid game. You want to roam as much as possible because she has a lot of power with the Q, your W, and the ultimate. It brings a lot of CC, slow, everything to be honest, and damage. So you want to be roaming a lot, and especially helping out your bottom lane to snowball if they're behind or if they're ahead. And as you can see in a minute, Malphite and I will turn around a 5-man gank onto our bottom lane and pick up 4 kills. The most popular combo on Orianna is probably QRWQ combo. Basically, you want to get your Q, your ball to a target location, and make sure you catch at least 2 people in your ultimate. So you follow the Q with the R ultimate, and then use your W on top of that to deal more damage and slow the enemies. And once the Q comes back off cooldown again, use the Q again, and this will chunk your enemies. And as I will show you in the clip, I catch the 2 most tankiest members of the enemy team, Jax and the Amumu, and they get chunked with the combo. My recommended item purchase order is Chalice, Sword Boots, Haunting Guys, Fiend's Holy Grail, Liandry's Torment, Death Cap, and then Zhonya's. The last item, you have a choice between Void Staff and Guardian Angel. If the enemy team has a lot of magic resistance, go for the Void Staff. If the enemy have a very good dive comp, you should go for the Guardian Angel to keep you safe. Moving on to the masteries, I recommend you go for 2190 and obviously 21 for the extra poke and extra harass that you can provide early game, and then 9 in the utility for the mana regen, the extra buff duration, which will be very important, and the cooldown reduction on your active items, which is also quite important because you will have your Zhonya's, and the more times you can use your Zhonya's, the quicker you can use it, the more times you will live. For runes, I recommend you take the Greater Marks of Hybrid Penetration. The Hybrid Penetration because you will be auto attacking a lot, so the armor penetration helps a lot, and the magic resistance penetration for your spells. Moving on, you should take greater seals of armor and greater glyphs of magic resistance with you, because Orianna is a very squishy champion, and with those runes you can probably avoid most sticky situations. If you didn't have those, you would be very squishy. And lastly, for the quintessences, I recommend the ability power quints. Obviously it gives you a lot more early game power, and your spells will deal with more damage, and your passive. So yeah guys, that was my Orianna guide. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Like it if you enjoyed it, tell me if you want to see more guides, and see you soon. Welcome everyone to my Gragas teamplay video. Throughout the highlights I will explain each teamplay that won us the fights and snowballed our team ahead to victory. Starting off, myself, Zed and Fresh are pushing the mid inhibitor turret. We are surprised by the enemy Nasus exiting the fog of war